Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper, and in this video today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of prepping based on prophecy in Scripture. So many people, whenever they begin prepping, they always go to some government agency source, look at it, or look at what somebody else does as far as their preps go. And a lot of people usually start out and they really have no direction of where they need to go to. Now for me, I looked at things in a way different perspective than I find most people actually look at. And that's how I went to the Bible the first thing. Contained in the Bible is prophecies that have been proven to be fulfilled time and time again. Now, in spirit of love toward all mankind in this show, if you're not a prophecy prepper or you don't even believe in the Scripture or follow Messiah and the commandments, I encourage you to still watch this video. Because although you may not believe these things now, as they begin to take place, it's going to be shockingly profound and will change your perspective. As I look at things and began to start prepping myself, I looked at the Scripture and saw that more and more of the things that were prophesied to take place at the end of time are starting to be fulfilled day by day. And I looked at the promises in Scripture. I just want to read some of these real quick. Is Isaiah 46:9. Remember the former things of old, for I am El, and there is none else, Elohim, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. And once again, some of the prophetic things that people can find time and time again that took place. One of the easiest ones for me, and it goes like a prepping story, is Joseph, went into Egypt, and he interpreted Pharaoh's dream when no one else could because Elohim gave him the answer, and then helped save Egypt and his entire family. And that's, that was only the way he could do that was through prophecy and being able to know what Elohim told him. And the prophecy took place, and you can find, if you YouTube it, it's really cool. You can still see the granaries that Joseph helped make that saved Egypt. And once again, there's something that was to be fulfilled, that Yahweh told Joseph the whole thing, what was going to happen, and it took place just like he said. Moving on, this is kind of how I feel in my heart when it comes to trying to get the word out to people. It's in Matthew 13:52. Then said he unto them, therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasures things new and old. I try to always point people back to the past and the proof that the Scripture has been fulfilled time and time again, and the rest will be fulfilled in the near future. And just as I work at the ministry, today I took time out to do this, is I think about it constantly, what's took place, and always using that as a reference to prove to people that what's going to take place in the near future is definitely going to happen. And all you have to do is look back on the track record. And 2 Peter 1:20 says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the Scripture is of any private interpretation. There's so many out there that I think has drove people away from the Bible more than anything, is because they judge people and they put things into Scripture or take away, and Father, don't let me ever do that. They twist Scripture to their own ends, and they don't let the Bible interpret itself. That's so dangerous. And Revelation, getting into it now in the trumpets, it's recorded, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. That's Revelation 1 and 3. The first thing in the Scripture on that is right there, is it's at hand. Okay, so we are living in the last days. These events have been slowly taking place since Messiah came. The trumpets, as they begin to sound, are going to be the final capstone set on this. And then at the end of Revelation, you have, behold, I come quickly, blessed is he that keepeth the saying of the prophecy of this book. And that's 22:7, and 22:10 says, and he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. Ladies and gentlemen, I would encourage you, as you begin your preps, to always use the Bible as the definitive guideline, not anybody's opinions or anything else. Don't even use my opinions personally at times if you feel like they conflict with Scripture. Always do what thus saith Yahweh. Because I'm not trying to beat religion down on you. That's what this channel is prepping based on the Scripture. And whenever the time comes and all these things start taking place, people that haven't prepped properly are going to die. I mean, that's just the bottom line, and I hate it for them. But, you know, they didn't resort to the instruction manual, and so they're going to die. And that's why we do this show, is to try to get people to focus your prepping attention to the source, to the hub where you need to. Because me, I don't have a lot of money to put into prepping. I have to be very careful and budget my prepping, because it's just hard to get it all done. And I feel like all the time myself personally, I'm like, oh, I got to get this done, I got to get this done. And you just got to take it a little along, because it can be overwhelming at times. But I want to be ready when that time comes, because I don't want to have to be out there trying to, you know, gather in these things whenever hard times hits, because I really want to be out there standing on the street corner handing out a Bible, trying to tell people, you know, this is going to happen, the rest of this is going to happen. And that way, as these events continue to unfold, people will see and hopefully will accept Messiah and keep the Father's commandments, because that's the only thing that's going to protect us through this time. I mean, you can put all the preps back you want, but if you do not have those two components in your life, you are destined to die. Not only the first death, but the second death after judgment. So I encourage you to please prep based on prophecy, prep based on Scripture, and don't prep based on what anybody else says, because there's no other ticket to protecting you and your family. That is the ticket. And I hope this has been a help to you, and I hope you keep these things in mind as you prep, because it will give you peace. You know, this world will give you stress, but the Scripture and the faith in Messiah will give you peace. And that supersedes and surpasses all the world can ever give me. And so I hope you have a most blessed day. And until we see you again, please, please make sure to keep these things on your heart and on your mind at all times. And until we see you again, have a most blessed day in Yahushua's name.